3 p.m. news. I am your presenter, Narissa Bostwick. On the local scene, a small craft and high surf advisory remains in effect for St. Vincent and the Grenadines and its coastal waters until 6 p.m. Wednesday, January 22nd, 2025. A small craft advisory is issued when sustained winds of 23 to 29 miles per hour and or sea swells of 8 to 10 feet are affecting or forecast to affect the marine area within the next 36 hours. A high surf advisory is issued when breaking wave action is forecast to pose a threat to life and property within the surf zone during the next 36 hours. Large waves and dangerous rip currents will create unsafe conditions for small craft operators, particularly on the northern and eastern coastlines. These conditions may become even more adverse at times of high tide. Therefore, only vessels capable of withstanding swells of these magnitudes should venture out. Seabathers are advised to stay out of the water. The Ministry of Health is seeking to give increased focus towards addressing mental health in this country. Minister of Health Sinclair Jimmy Prince, in his contribution to the 2025 budget debate in Parliament, explained that mental health is recognized as the fifth non-communicable disease, NCD, alongside diabetes, hypertension, cancers, and heart disease. He said this makes it clear that mental health is just as vital to our well-being as physical health conditions.
The Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment is committed to this cause. We are taking steps to ensure that every Vincentian has access to the resources they need to protect their mental health. And we are going in 2025, Madam Speaker, we intend to do some adjustment to the administrative mechanism that we have with respect to mental health. We want to appoint a director of mental health services. We want to bring all the persons who deal with mental health into one space, well, not necessarily one space, but under one head, and we get rid of the silos so that we'll be able to go into the communities and deal with mental health.
The health minister stated that his ministry will be prioritizing and modernizing mental health services through a comprehensive restructuring this year.
The Ministry of Health will prioritize modernizing and enhancing mental health services through a comprehensive restructuring. And this will come by the middle of the year. We should have some of this in train. It will involve consolidating oversight under a single head, modifying staffing allocations, and creating the positions of Director of Mental Health, as I mentioned before. Madam Speaker, if this one gets off the ground, and I think it will be a big dent in the mental health situation here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You'll hear more about it because we have not yet finalized everything, but by the middle of the year, we should have this going.
And that was Minister of Health Sinclair Jimmy Prince. 10 primary school students will compete this week in the finals of the Grade 6 Writing Competition, hosted by the Ministry of Education in partnership with Hatchet Learning, formerly Hodder Education. The 10 finalists are Devin Joseph of Argyle Roman Catholic Primary School, Tiana Morris, Barley Government School, Kinaya Finley, Belair Government School, Nikki Summergill, Beckway Seventh-day Adventist Primary School, Kyrie Fisher, Clare Valley Government School, Demarion Caesar, C.W. Prescott Primary School, Euelis Michael, Fit-Use Government School, Zordani Jack, Kingstown Anglican School, Ronick Charles, Lomans Leeward Anglican School, Jaffia Thomas, Gunn, South Rivers Methodist School. The final is slated for Thursday, January 23rd from 9 a.m. at the Curriculum Development Unit. Students will write their final pieces in the morning and celebrate at the prize-giving ceremony from 1:30 p.m. at the Peace Memorial Hall. In original news, amidst concerns raised by members of the Grenadian public regarding reported cases of human metapneumovirus, HMPV, in Asia, the Ministry of Health is reassuring the public that there is absolutely no need for panic. There are no reported or confirmed cases of the virus in Grenada presently, and the situation is being closely monitored by the health officials. It is important to note that since the reports of a surge were reported internationally, the Health Ministry has been and remains in close contact with the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, and the Caribbean Public Health Agency, CARPHA, both of which are also actively monitoring the situation. Chief Medical Officer, CMO, Dr. Sean Charles, speaking with the Government Information Service, GIS, called on members of the public, especially at-risk individuals, to protect themselves from the flu. Emphasizing the importance of good hand hygiene, Dr. Charles said the practice should become a common one, as was done during the recent COVID-19 pandemic. The CMO also urged persons with weakened immune systems and underlying health conditions to speak to their healthcare providers about getting a regular flu vaccine. Haiti's Prime Minister says the arrival of 218 Kenyan police and military personnel illustrates the determination of the government and the international community to eradicate armed gangs and restore peace and security in the French-speaking Caribbean community CARICOM country. He said the arrival of these reinforcements marks a crucial step in freeing our country from the grip of criminal networks and restoring peace there. The arrival of the Kenyans over the last weekend brings the total strength of the United Nations Security Council sanctioned multinational security support MSS mission in Haiti to 807 military and police officers, including 617 Kenyans, 150 Guatemalans, 8 Salvadorans, 6 Bahamians, 24 Jamaicans, and 2 Belizeans. The MSS is expected to reach 2,500, and last week the Belize government said it is considering whether or not to deploy more soldiers to Haiti after indicating that there are a few outstanding issues that have to be resolved before troops could be sent there. Earlier this month, Barbados defended its decision to suspend plans to send troops to Haiti, expressing concern that the country's environment had become more dangerous. In news and international scene, Donald Trump has been sworn in as the 47th President of the United States of America. With one hand raised in the air and the other on a Bible given to him by his mother, the 47th U.S. President solemnly took the oath of office. In his inaugural address, he said the golden age of America begins right now, adding that the country will flourish and be respected under his leadership as a peacemaker and a unifier. We hear more in this report from the BBC.
The golden age of America begins right now. From this day forward, our country will flourish and be respected again all over the world. We will be the envy of every nation, and we will not allow ourselves to be taken advantage of any longer. During every single day of the Trump administration, I will very simply put America first. Our sovereignty will be reclaimed. Our safety will be restored. The scales of justice will be rebalanced. The vicious, violent, and unfair weaponization of the Justice Department and our government will end. And our top priority will be to create a nation that is proud, prosperous, and free.
That report from the BBC. And this has been WeFM's 3 p.m. News. I have been your presenter, Narissa Bostwick. Our next newscast will be coming to you at 5:30 p.m. Be sure to join us then.